What if God?
I don't.
What if God was Meryl Streep? Da 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 da. That's the opening. My name is Mr. B.
Mine is not. My name is not Mr. B. Otherwise, I would be the queen of the fools of the
Queen of the damned.
Queendom. Oh, Lord Marcus.
Is your name Pat Sajak? Because we're about to spin a wheel to see who's going to get the first pick in the 2026
Or is that Bob Barker? That's Bob Barker.
Anticipation draft.
Hey, did you know Aaron Paul was on Price is Right?
Aaron Paul?
That played Jesse Pinkman in Breaking Bad?
Heck no.
This is coming up on my reels now, obviously, because I'm a Breaking Bad.
Are you pro Bob Barker?
You know, ever since he knocked the shit out of Adam Sandler, goddamn right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yes, I'm pro Bob Barker.
Yeah,
although he seems, in retrospect, maybe his behavior towards women that aren't of his generation was a tad inappropriate.
Oh, dude, I love the skinny Mike though, and that suit.
I love Price is Right. Where are you at on the Price is Right?
I'm pro Price is Right.
Price is Right.
That was key childhood moments.
Man,
if you were at your grandparents' house or a random morning.
That was Instagram before Instagram.
Homesick day.
This is how you spent your
before
time.
lunch. A bit of Price is Right.
Scrolling retail.
While you eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Boom.
We're here to draft movies.
Oh my God, again?
I know. It's become that time of year. And
the most wonderful time of the year.
most wonderful time of the year.
Draft time.
Where we get to draft movies that we think are going to fit who the film dogs are. Because, I mean, if you're listening to the film dogs and you are hearing that this is an anticipation draft, this is not the kind of podcast where you already know the outcome of, oh, well, of course they're going to talk about these 10 movies. No, we're not.
You have no idea what movies.
You have no idea what we're going to talk about. And
we don't have an idea of what we are going to talk about. Like, I know what I'm going to talk about, but I have no idea what Mr. B is going for this year.
We're constantly changing and evolving as film dogs because, like we've always said from the beginning, life is too short for bad cinema. So we are here to try and upgrade our cinema experience so that you can as well. Because we don't want to talk about movies we hate. We want to talk about movies that are worth your time.
And we also want to, we'll have a further talk about this down the road. Please tune in later for a later episode. But one of the things that we're also attempting to doing is showing you that we do know what's up, that our vibe is the vibe.
Yeah.
Our fingers are on the pulse of the cinematic universe. Holy shit. What we drafted last year, outside of international films.
Yeah. We do our research.
Between the both of us, our top 5 picks were in the top 5 best movies of so many critics. And IndieWire particularly, like, look at IndieWire. DM us. I'll prove it. I'll show you my draft board. I'll show you. Like, listen to the episode. You'll know what we've drafted.
Yeah, well, I'll be making some content like reminders of the year that was gone, and with Academy Awards coming up.
So these are movies to be excited about. So we're trying to make it fun for ourselves and hopefully fun for you, the listener, and make it competitive rather than just rattle off a list of here's the movies in 2026 that you should be most interested in. Let's do it, man. Let's get into this. Let's just do it.
Are we going to do, what about like maybe 14? That's at least 2 weeks worth of films. 7's not really enough for us because there's so many films we want to see in 2026. And seven, that's like a week's worth of films. 14 is a kind of a happy medium.
I can dig that.
And mainly because I think it's gonna actually make it a tighter conversation because I think we're gonna maybe fight around more films.
Okay.
Keen.
Let's do it.
Let's draft some movies.
We've got to determine who's going first.
Wheel of Film Dog.
Look at this.
Da 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 da. Lord Marcus, welcome to the Wheel of Film Dog. Put your finger on my screen. and see who goes first.
Oh, goodness. There we go.
It was a manual spin. A manual spin, and Mr. B
Jesus
gets the first film.
I don't understand.
Of the 2026 Film Dog Anticipation Draft.
This is like I'm cursed. I have gotten a first pick.
I would like to thank
I don't know when.
My mom for always believing in me. My coach.
You better.
I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ as well.
What about Seth Rogen? Matt Remnick.
I would definitely like to thank Seth Rogen. This is a dream come true. Oh, man. There's so much I could do with the first pick, Lord Marcus.
I know, but I'm prepared. I'm prepared for it.
There is so much.
I'm always prepared for it. That's okay. Let's just roll with it. I know you want to hype it up, but dude, all of the hype has been spent over the last year. So just pick what it is you're going to pick.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're going to inflict damage one way or the other.
Yeah, and so are you. So I think you've already given the best advice in episodes past that I haven't listened to, where you just go, Mr. B, just vote your heart. If you're trying to inflict pain, you're just going to end up with the draft you ended up not liking because they were not in your vibe. So I have a list. It's quite broad. There is some key films I would really, really like to have I think you're going to fight for.
Do we need to revisit the terminology that includes broad?
With the first pick of the 2026 anticipation draft, Mr. B is going to choose the film Werewolf by Robert Eggers.
I had a sneaky suspicion that would be what you would go for.
Can I ask you why?
Several reasons. Obviously, because Eggers is a shared favorite director. And I think because of draft past, when I got Nosferatu at the end of the year, you're like, oh my God.
I'm very bummed about that pick.
You know that you'll, first off, you know that no matter what, this is going to be a solid film because he hits home runs every time.
Yeah. And we consider home runs to be film dog home runs.
Totally. And
there are so many movies from this past year, even that we really liked, that for some reason people didn't or did not agree they were that great of films. Even if it's left of field for mainstream, I think it will still always be something that I enjoy because of the relationship we have with Eggers and the way that he makes films.
Right on. Nice pick. Not a surprise, not a surprise, but a good pick nonetheless. I'm going to surprise you.
You did think that would be my number one?
I did.
Yeah.
I tossed it up being my number one. If I'd gotten the first pick, I'm like, So I think that you could predict what my pick is going to be now.
Yeah.
You'd be wrong.
Oh, no.
Because with my first pick,
yes,
by Mr. Nicholas Winding Refn, I'm taking Her Private Hell.
Talk to me about this film. Do you have any information about it?
An edgy, hypnotic, and unhinged thriller based on an original story that promises lots of glitter, sex, and violence. The film shot in Tokyo, Japan, and marks Refn's first feature since 2016's The Neon Demon.
That's a great pick. When did this come on your radar that he was doing this film, or that you were going to draft it for this draft?
I follow him personally through socials, and so my anticipation for this one's been growing. I've known about it for a while. I couldn't pinpoint.
I will be honest. I would not have guessed this pick.
I knew that you wouldn't. I got to keep you on your toes.
Not in a million years, and not in a bad way because we're pro Refn.
Yeah, totally pro Refn. Oh, and I'm super pro Refn. And so since you got the Eggers, I got to make sure that I at least get the. This is one of the most edgiest films that's left. That's a worthy
pick. That's a very worthy pick.
if it was on your radar, and because we are both pro-reffing, and given your love for Drive, even though you didn't want the Neon Demon, it could have presented and played out like that, where you get the two. That would like be giving you Aster and Lanthimos.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that kind of dictates. Like, I want to make sure that I get like my vibe. Since you just took my vibe, I needed to have that. So that sort of informed my maybe ignoring a couple of other potentials.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's Her Own Private Hell by Mr. Nicholas Winding Refn, NWR.
NWR. I mean, I feel like I ask you every draft and almost after every pick. Do you think you know what my next pick is going to be?
Nope. I am not. No more predictions for me.
Yeah.
Because I would hope that there's two things that you might realize.
Yeah.
First off, that sometimes, like in this case, you might have waited to take Eggers, except you know that I would want to take Eggers and the strategy that plays out. But other than that, I hope that you have recognized that two of your draft picks that I never would have drafted ever have gotten the most views on our social media posts.
Okay.
So, I just want you to think about that when you're making your picks, that like those, and those are totally your brand. And I liked one of them and I hated one of them, but I liked one of them a lot and I hated one of them a lot.
Well, we are a brand. That's kind of what we've been investing into in our social media specifically. Which, if you're not following us on Instagram under Film Dogs, we have some fantastic posts, reels, stories, research that we've been doing, and just content from the podcast that I think is really worth the follow. Man, you've thrown me for a loop. A good loop.
That's also something about sticking to your draft board, but even though that might have opened up a nice little certified blockbuster, that might mean that you lose the next one. These are the interesting things. Oh yeah, and I enjoy the psychology as like this is as good as a movie for me.
Well, that's why we're here, for your entertainment as well. Dang it, dude! My next pick, I am going to take. They're all kind of big swings, so I got to pick something that I think might just generally be good. Maybe I'm going to take Ridley Scott's The Dog Stars.
Ooh-wee. Nice. Right on.
Was that at all on a draft board or high up for you?
I will tell you that in my first draft on December the 1st, it was up there. And as I started doing more research, it fell into my reserve pile. But it certainly was going to. It was at my number one reserves in case you took something that I really wanted.
Yeah.
It not as a spite, but I was like, okay, well, I have to fill in start because I only made 10 solid picks, and if you took one of those, then I was going to have to Dog Star is going to be my first team replacement.
Yeah, and
what do you know about this film?
Well, I think if you listen to the Film Dogs, we did a recent week with Ridley Scott, and that just kind of rehashed memories of his movies, ones that I really liked, actors that he's worked with. And when I heard about he was making a new movie that it's coming out pretty soon for this year, I just looked at the cast list, because if you did our week with Ridley, he doesn't always do bangers. They're not always big, major ballpark hits. But he is still somebody who is pretty good at making a pop hit. And when I look at his cast of having Jacob Elordi, Josh Brolin, Margaret Qualley, Benedict Wong, Guy Pearce, all of those are actors and actresses that we respect and would potentially even watch films because they're in them. Like Brolin helps get me to the movies. Guy Pearce helps get me to the movies. Nowadays, even Jacob Elordi, just to see what he's going to do. Margaret Qualley and Benedict Wong is a good supporter. Premise, action, adventure, sci-fi thriller. It's in a post-apocalyptic world. A virus wipes out humanity. Survivors face roaming scavengers called Reapers. The protagonist, Hig, a pilot, survived the flu but lost his wife. It could be good. Could be a miss. You know,
well, we will see.
We shall see.
Mr. B has spent his number 2 pick on this Dog Stars. Better be good. His street cred.
better be good.
His street cred hangs in the balance.
It does hang in the balance because I've I've had an issue of drafting dogs in the past. That was a Dog Star joke. Dog Star, be a good movie, please.
Oh, the film Dog Star. Woohoo! I'm just gonna get out of the way so it doesn't last too long. Dune 3.
Yeah. Did you think you knew what I thought you'd choose?
I think that you thought that I would have chosen.
I assumed Dune was going to be pick 1 or 2.
It was my number 1 choice.
I also thought it was Eggers.
2 hours ago.
And then when I saw,
if you had taken Dune 3, I would have taken Werewolf. That would have been
that was kind of the assumption.
Yeah. But then I want to change it up a little bit. I don't want to be completely predictable. But I did want to have Dune 3 on my team.
Yeah, totally.
But if you had taken it first, I was like, oh, I won't get too upset.
And I would like to pat myself on the back again. I did kind of leave it for you.
I'd take it. Right on. Thank you.
It's kind of like how you respect Wes when it comes to a draft, Wes Anderson.
Yeah,
for me, or even Terrence Malick, you tend to go, well, I know he's going to do a banger. I know I'm going to enjoy it, but it's a Mr. B fave, so I'll kind of like leave it, but I will definitely draft it if he's being stupid.
Yeah, fair call. I didn't want to push.
I know. I'm going to dig Dune 3.
I didn't want to push the luck too far with that one.
I have a feeling the story is going to be another it's going to be a knockout out of the park. We already had number 2 was awesome.
The return
kind of like
Jason
an Empire Strikes Back moment.
We'll have another. We'll cover.
This
Dune.
is going to be beat Return of the Jedi.
We'll cover.
It's a strong number 3.
We'll cover Dune in depth. But obviously Dune's hugely important to me. So thank you for leaving it on the board. Next up for you, sir.
I think this is where we do some random swinging because we don't know who the other's going to draft. There's some pretty good pop culture-y movies that everybody would know about that will be on our boards. They just might be a bit later than you think they would be. And it's also why I think sometimes certain movies are safe for me to draft later because Lord Marcus, he's okay leaving a
surefire global sensation by the Letterboxd Film Bros by Christopher Nolan.
Oh, I just called out Film Bros.
That was our original podcast name.
It wasn't really. No. It was LNMO.
Everybody copied our shit. Okay, but with that said, I know what you're saying. Like how we're going to start picking, and then some people will be like, "Oh my god, can't believe Christopher Nolan's didn't get the number 1 pick." Yeah, it could be number 1 pick for me. It could be any kind of pick for me.
Yeah,
but maybe it will. Sometimes I do want to test the waters and just make a big splash. But I'm not. And now that we have 14 picks, I might be safe to make a couple of potential dents into your plans.
I think you could definitely do some dents in my plans. What I'm going to draft, number 3 is going to be Project Hail Mary.
Very good. Very nice. Very nice pick.
I kind of wanted a blockbuster on the board. We do both like a Mr. Ryan Gosling. You like a sci-fi. It's got an interesting premise. There's already a trailer out. I've watched a little bit of the trailer until I knew. I was like, that's enough for me. Anticipated film for me. I'm kind of glad I had on my board. I don't know.
The trailer looks really good. I didn't have it as my next pick, but it was in my top 5. But I kind of figured because it was Gosling that you would be into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's by the Andy Weir who wrote The Martian, which is like definitely going to be in both of our wheelhouses. It should be extremely entertaining. I'll show you my mock draft at the end, but I did have you getting this in the mock draft.
Did you have it in? Did you have it in my top 5?
Did I? Yeah, I had it at number 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. That will leave me then to get this one that I think is maybe one of the last shared ones. Well, maybe not.
No,
maybe,
I don't think it's. I don't think so.
Actually, now that we're doing 14, I think we've got a couple more shared picks. I'm going to go with Christopher Borgle's The Drama.
Yeah. I thought you would draft this before me.
Starring Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. About a happily engaged couple is put to the test when an unexpected turn sends their wedding week off the rails. The romantic comedy drama is about a couple whose romance takes an unexpected and dramatic turn just before their big day. Now, this guy's last film was The Dream Scenario, which was so up both of our alleys. But it was so weird and sort of Kaufman-esque.
Yeah, that
I was like, Robert Pattinson doing another thing that he wants to do with Zendaya, who's doing what she wants to do. Come on now. And dude, she's got a solid record of being in excellent films. Yeah. She picks good roles. She picks good directors. I got a lot of confidence in this one.
She picks good supporting cast.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Strong.
And then Robert Pattinson, the same.
Yeah. I had this high. I was kind of leaving it on the board from you because I thought you'd really like it for Zendaya. And I didn't know if you would leave it for me because you knew how much I liked Borgle's Dream Scenario.
Totally.
I am a big Robert Pattinson fan, but I feel like you're definitely on the Zendaya wagon.
Oh, for sure. And we could go back 2 years and revisit that conversation where that was part of why I was so shocked that you took Challengers.
Yeah. So this was my nod to Challengers for you. I'm just going, I'll just let you have it instead of just trading it anyway.
I don't want to make that same mistake twice.
Yeah. Instead of already trading it.
Hey, good job.
Yeah.
Boom. All right. The Drama.
Excellent. I feel like that gives me a bit of relief, though. You know, sometimes when somebody chooses a movie that you knew either you or he would get, at least getting off the board lets you focus somewhere else. I'm wondering when I need to pivot.
To your blockbusters? To your mainstream?
To some of the side stuff. I mean, I came out swinging doing Werewolf with Eggers being the best film of next year. Or, I mean, that's my assumption of why I would have drafted in the first position. I'm gonna go for The Social Reckoning.
Oh my Mother Mary, Hail Mary, Our Father full of grace. What was that? What were you? What do you take?
The Social Reckoning by Aaron Sorkin.
Okay, right on.
What do you think?
My most honest opinion is that the reason that the social there's two reasons. There's a couple. There's many reasons that The Social Network was badass as fuck.
Yeah,
and one of the best films of the 21st century. And Aaron Sorkin was only a very small portion of that. And dude, it scares me. Based on Molly's Game, I don't think that Aaron Sorkin is a great director. I think he's a fucking fantastic writer for sure. I think the screenplay will be excellent. But to make magic again with a whole different experience, like there's not a genre of entertainment where that happens predictably, sustainably. I just don't see it being a sure thing. Hey, look, I hope that it's good. But first of all, you don't have Jesse Eisenberg as Mark Zuckerberg knocked out of the park. Holy shit. Trent Reznor score plus the dialogue plus Fincher's direction.
Yeah.
Dude, there's not all of that same thing being brought to this mix.
I was taking a bit of a gamble because of the pulse of Jeremy Allen White and Mikey Madison.
Totally. I'm not. It just feels to me very risky at this point in the draft, and this entire draft with 14 selections for me.
Yeah.
Look, am I going to watch it? I sure as heck I'm going to watch it. Am I going to give my opinion about it? I sure as heck I'm going to give my opinion about it. I have high hopes for it. I love The Social Network. Oh my God. You know how much we both love The Social Network.
Well, I think that could be one of it's always going to be compared to it. So it is a big swing, I think, for me taking it this early in the draft.
I do. I think I think it's a bit risky. Did you think that I was going to draft this? Because I definitely would have, like, if I had been in your position, I guess you, yeah, even then I still would have.
I feel like it's me chumming the water.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know what else to say except for that. Congratulations. I hope that it's a great. I hope it's a great movie.
You're like
this year's Furiosa. This year's Joker 2. This sequel sucks. Nobody went and saw it. It's up for the Razzie Worst Picture of the Year.
I thought it'd be a good Film Dogs movie.
Oh, we'll definitely go see it. And dude, and some movies are what we do it like the Film Dogs do. Like we're in 1971 Las Vegas. We want to understand films the way they were meant to be understood. If you know what I mean. Knowing where you're going, this gives me some broad opportunities.
Yeah.
Mother Love Bone. Okay. Dude, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'll speak my thoughts out loud. Because
we are recording a podcast. That is allowed.
The Social Reckoning versus the Social Network's director doing a legacy sequel with Brad Pitt. It just seems like more of a swing up your alley, unless you think that I don't want it at all and it's going to be safe for you until the very end.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I kind of think that you must be thinking. Otherwise, I think that you've already taken it. I think that you think I don't want David Fincher adapting. I think that you think that I think you think I hate Brad Pitt.
No, I don't think that. There's a lot of thinking going on here.
Well, I'm curious. I'm thinking, okay. Well, I'm not taking that one either. I'm actually going to go with The Death of Robin Hood.
I wondered if you were going to take it due to lead actor.
That was my main.
That's why I haven't drafted it yet.
My super main reason that I was questioning drafting it this high. But I loved this director, Michael Sonorsky's film Pig, starring Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I loved it as well.
Man, I love that film so much that I was like, I am excited to see. He gets, I shouldn't say he gets me. I get him. I get the vibe he's putting down. I get Nicolas Cage in Pig. I get the entire screenplay. I loved everything about it. So, like, I really connected with him. Now, he doesn't do as much weird Lynchian shit as I like, but maybe not yet. So, I admit that I didn't see Quiet Place Day One, but I may check that out a little prematurely now that I know that I've got this one on my team, and I probably want to get a little schooled up so I know what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But a little about The Death of Robin Hood. It's based on a classic novel about the death of Robin Hood.
Yep.
It's meant to show him as a little bit more of a rogue and grappling with his past after a life of crime and murder. Robin Hood finds himself gravely injured after a battle he thought would be his last. In the hands of a mysterious woman, he is offered a chance at salvation. I'm telling you, the synopsis alone, it stars Hugh Jackman as Robin Hood. But I just drafted Logan, so I'm not that anti Hugh Jackman. I'm just not as high. I think that I'm not as high on Hugh Jackman as everybody else. And particularly, I'm not, as partly because I'm not totally into Wolverine, but although I loved Logan. And I didn't like Prestige by Christopher Nolan. So, like, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, that was like Hugh Jackman's best role in The Greatest Showman, all these things.
Yeah.
Whatever. Death of Robin Hood for me, sir.
Interesting pick.
Well, so you were aware of it?
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. It was mid-level in my draft here. Ooh, I am going to go with. Oh, dang it! You got me doing some mind games here with you.
I'm going to go 180 on my next pick.
I'm going to do Adventures of Cliff Booth from David Fincher, because you left it on the board already, and then that was kind of a mind game because I don't know if that meant
because I just
you're not going to take it. David Fincher, Brad Pitt.
and
a continuation.
And echoes of The Revenant. It wasn't even on my draft board. It wasn't. I promise you. But good pick. I just knew this screamed you and not me. I was like, there was no way I was taking this one.
Interesting. Yeah, okay. So then you don't have, I mean, if you were not going to take this one, then you don't really have to majorly pivot for your next one. Because this is already a pivot in my mind, right?
Okay, well then this will seem like an odd pick then. Because my next pick is going to be from a director.
Yeah.
That made a film recently.
Okay.
That was my least favorite film of that year.
Okay.
And the film was in 2023. My least favorite film of 2023 was Barbie. I'll be taking Narnia, The Magician's Nephew by Greta Gerwig.
Really? Tell me why. Tell me why.
Because now that we have 14 picks, I have room for a risk pick. And look, I love C.S. Lewis. I don't have any kind.
Yeah, so do I.
I don't have any kind of this vibe of anything in my team now. So if it ends up being awesome as shit, then I've got a good spiritual adjacent movie by a Christian that I love, a Christian author that I love, an apologist that I love, and I can put in dogfights. I can put that against anything that you have. If it's good but controversial, even better. If it sucks all the way around, worst thing, I cut it. I cut it like a fucking pig. Like a pig's throat. I just cut it. I just cut it. Let it bleed all over the place. Until we got pork chops for dinner, baby.
Pork. It's what's for dinner.
Narnia by Greta Gerwig, The Magician's Nephew. Chronologically, the first story in the Narnia universe.
Yeah, and nobody's tackled it on film yet.
Now,
there's been some BBC versions of a few of the films.
This is not without controversy.
Then you've got the Disney ones as well.
It's not without controversy, which is why I'm comfortable with it.
Meryl Streep as the voice of Aslan.
That's reported. It's not confirmed. But even if it is, guess what? I'm a liberal Christian. Aslan can be Barat if she wants to be. I don't care. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Why would people be so bloody upset? With Meryl Streep, one of the greatest actors of all fucking time. What if God was Meryl Streep? Who gives a shit? Fuck.
What if God?
I don't.
What if God was Meryl Streep? Da 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 da. That's the opening. Oh Lord.
Harmonize it.
Okay. Well, with the next pick, I am going to go for a swing then as well. And I'm going to take Wuthering Heights by Emerald Fennell.
Wow. What can we read into this?
Well, what do you read into this?
Shall I say aloud what I think?
Yes, please. On the podcast.
I think it screams of sexual repression.
What? Yeah. So I will or won't like it?
No, I think you'll be crying like a little bitch in the corner by the end of the movie, and say, "Play it again," is what I think. So great pick for you. Congratulations.
Dude, the cast. I've been waiting for Margot Robbie to go back on screen and to do something crazy like Babylon.
Get it on with some big fucking stud like Jacob Elordi.
Oh Lordy, yeah, Emerald Fennell.
Oh, and one of the recent movies that she's made. Holy shit, How to Have Sex. Oh no, Mr. B, you don't want to draft challengers. It's not your brand. And then you've traded me Horizon for challengers.
Are you aware that Mrs. B is super keen on this film because of the cast?
Okay, if we're going to have that conversation, how comfortable are you showing Mrs. B right now poor thing.
That's a very good comparison. Well, I think, because she's interested, I'm probably going to take her to the movie and see what she thinks, because she wanted to go, right? So if she wanted to go, it's okay, right?
Free our repression. Free our repression. Free our repression. Woo.
Yeah.
Right on.
Was this going to be on your? Was this?
Holy
on your...
shit! No, this was not even. I am so surprised this even got drafted. What are we like? Goddamn big picture. Fuck.
I sometimes am big picture, right?
I guess.
I'm a little bit country and I'm a little bit rock and roll.
All right. I'm gonna go back to my original draft board without playing it too completely safe. I'm going to be taking by Mr. Paul Schrader, The Basics of Philosophy.
Yeah, okay.
Paul Schrader.
Tell me about it. Paul
Schrader, if you are not aware, man, this cat can write. He wrote Taxi Driver.
Yeah, he is a good writer.
He's also a very good director. So he directed like the supremely excellent First Reformed. Last night, I caught for the first time The Master Gardener. Kind of because I was interested in whether I should draft this movie or not.
Mm-hmm.
And it confirmed that I did. But I kind of watched also that.
Yeah, I saw you had seen that.
Oh my God. I did a little quick jab there because I really have it at 4.5. And I'm going to be like, oh my God, this movie was so great. It was really good. Oh my God, Master Gardener, check it out. But The Basics of Philosophy kind of follows, it's sort of his trilogy of Men Alone in a Room, which even could be not even a trilogy if you consider Travis Bickle being alone in his room saying, you talking to me? You must be talking to me.
Mm.
The synopsis of Basics of Philosophy: a repressed philosophy professor grapples with lingering guilt over a decision from his past when the victim suddenly returns to his life. The project continues Schrader's man in a room stories that began with his script for Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver. Now, Mr. Paul Schrader received his first Academy Award nomination for screenplay for First Reformed. I can't believe he didn't get nominated for Taxi Driver. Anyway, but Basics of Philosophy for me. Next pick.
I wonder if you're aware of this film. It could suck, or it could be awesome. And it might not arrive in 2026, but it looks like it's going to. It stars Michael Fassbender, and it's a foreign film. Are you aware of it?
Yeah.
Hope.
You are fucking...
By Na Hong Jin. Premise: a mysterious discovery is made on the outskirts of a remote harbor town. The residents find themselves in a desperate fight for survival against something they have never encountered before. South Korean director, screenwriter. Are you upset because you wanted this one? Do you know what happened to me? Do you want to know what happened to me?
I would like to know.
You would like to know what happened to me? No Other Choice is what happened to me. And then it reminded me of other films that I had that remind me of that, and me going, well, why would I not choose what I think could be a banger, even if it's a foreign film?
I don't know. Good pick. Hope it sucks.
Are you upset because I have it and you don't, or what's happening right now?
I'm upset. Yeah, well, that is one reason I'm upset. Yeah, whatever.
What?
I don't appreciate how you justified why you picked it.
What, do you think it's a spite pick?
No, I don't think it's a spite pick at all.
Okay.
I think it's so much not a spite pick that it would be better if it was a spite pick, because then at least I would fucking understand it.
What don't you understand about it?
This is not your fucking genre, for one thing, and in two different ways. You're not into fucking foreign language movies, and you're not into fucking sci-fi.
Why can't I change? Mickey 17. I should have drafted it.
Because it's Bong Joon-ho? I failed to see. Okay, right on. Right on. Okay, good. Dude, good pick. Hope is a good fucking pick.
What do you think? Do you think this is the 2026 spite draft, or?
No,
haven't I changed through the years, especially if we're doing a recap in a soon-to-be-released episode of recapping 2024? I picked some dog shit.
I accept that invitation to shit talk you till you think that you're in fucking hell. I accept your invitation. Okay. Good pick. Love it.
Are we going to watch it together?
and also, the thing about it is that I'm also a little upset that you'll understand because of my reserved 5-minute monologue was going to include the movie Hope. And you have just kind of destroyed.
Shouldn't you be happy that I can destroy shit without even knowing it?
Why would I be? I got a dog that does that shit.
Well, we are the film dogs. I am Mr. B.
Well, let's stay on pace. Very good pick with Hope.
Do you want to trade me for it? What's going on? Let me have my movie, man.
All right. My next one is going to be by the director, Tony Gilroy.
Nice.
Kind of semi-notorious for Rogue One. He took over a troubled production. He did some assistant writing, and he finished the product that had been started by Gareth Evans.
This I couldn't get confirmed anything about year, which is why I kind of left it. But I've
got three sources. I've got 3 sources that list it as 3 professional sources that list it as a 26 release.
Which ones?
Variety.
Yeah. Okay.
IndieWire.
Wow.
And World of Real.
Yeah. Okay. This was a test, so this is not me having an upset pick, or not agreeing. What it's showing me live in the conversation is my board that shows may or may not be aware of that are on my board. And these are ones that now that you've just picked one from it, I go, oh, so he does know some of these films that maybe don't have other hype or aren't showing up in a lot of mainstream stuff or with dates. I had a question mark on this one, but I would take.
Well, that's why we have.
Tell me about it.
Well, that's why I'm saying that all we need is a resource that has industry insider information that are saying, "Hey, this is due to be released," and then you can go and confirm with because Wikipedia has a list of all of the films that are scheduled to be released. There's a bunch of sites that aren't nice to look at, like they're just titles.
Yeah,
and they don't have directors at all. Like. It's like this comes out on January 19th, and it's just the titles. There's no directors. There's none of this stuff. So you've got to do some deep research sometimes. But anyway, Behemoth. This film revolves around a cellist played by Pedro Pascal, who moves back to Los Angeles and decides to make music for movies. The film explores why he came back and why he went away, delivered in a nonlinear, music-driven structure. The whole movie is told through music cues, which triggers flashbacks spanning the last 20 years. The Cellist is what got me because just like it, I'm still vibrating from the resonance of No Other Choice, and particularly how it ended. But it just even starting out with that Mozart concerto, but at the end, the kid playing the cello, so like, oh my God, there's something about the cello that really just rocks my world so hard. I love it. And I loved Rogue One, and I love Pedro Pascal. So a bunch of ingredients that kind of make this almost a sure thing, as long as everybody does their job.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right, next up for you, Mr. B. Mr. B. Mr. B.
I just might go for another swing and go for Disclosure Day.
Wow. Right on.
Yeah. This is Steven Spielberg's anticipated release. It's been a few years since he's put out a movie. Sci-fi roots. It's got JOC. Yeah. It's got the trailer has recently come out. There seems to be a bit of buzz behind it.
You want to talk about brand nailing? This is brand nailing, folks.
That's kind of why I picked it. Is it feels like because he knows his zone, I think he's directing something that will hit well. I think it's a safe swing, is I guess what I'm saying.
It will be what it will be.
Was this on your board?
It was a reserve.
Yeah. This will be interesting when you do your monologue after this, if this was in your mock draft as well for me.
Yeah, it will be.
What will be, will be.
I went ahead and interrupted your mock draft for myself by taking Narnia. Anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
My next film goes by the title of Fulfill. Fullphil. Fulfill by Quentin Dupieux. The synopsis is Philip Doom, a wealthy American industrialist, attempts to reconnect with his daughter Madeline during a luxurious trip to Paris. Unfortunately, French cuisine, a 1950s horror film, and an intrusive hotel employee disrupt the smooth running of their stay. The film stars Woody Harrelson and Kristen Stewart. Now, I mostly drafted this for the director, though, even though I love Woody Harrelson and Kristen Stewart, and they both pick really great films, particularly by a foreign director, a French director. But this guy made a great short film called Yannick that I've watched this last year that is just fantastic. I just love his sense of humor and his sort of elevated highbrow style of humor. Digging it.
Digging it.
Quentin, do it. Fulfill.
This was not on my list. Man, do I go with another? Oh, Lord Marcus. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the Odyssey.
I was just about to start shit talking you about taking the Odyssey.
I know. I mean, you kind of knew I would do it, right?
I did.
I'm still happy with Oppenheimer.
I know.
I'm still happy with it.
I know.
Like, you know, I can't. Why fight myself? I'm not going to fight myself. I was going to take it. I'll just take it. Like you said, I'm a little bit big pick sometimes.
It'll be, dude, all you got to do is hashtag this fucking movie into the post of our draft, and it's going to get 20,000 trillion fucking gazillion views.
And disclosure day.
Yeah, it won't get quite that many, but it'll get some.
When it's on streaming for free, and we do a streaming free review.
Congratulations, Mr. B. You've drafted the most profitable movies of 2026.
Yeah, that is an award I'm going to take.
In 2016, Nocturnal Animals came out by Tom Ford. It was a bit divisive.
Nice.
He's doing an adaptation of an Anne Rice novel called Cry to Heaven. And that's going to be my next pick, Cry to Heaven by Tom Ford. I love, as a director, I fucking love this guy. I read this story when I was really into the Anne Rice vampire novels about the Vampire Lestat, Interview with the Vampire. Timeline.
Yeah.
I was really into her writing. Like she's such a great writer. This was not this was nothing supernatural about it. It was just about two opera singers in the 17th century competing against each other. And but Tom, which is kind of, I think I could love it. I could love the premise. I don't love opera, but I love opera and Amadeus. So Tom Ford has this opportunity originally, like Tom Ford, I would just pick him in the top 5 based on how much I love Nocturnal Animals. But because it's about opera, but here's the thing, like last year I drafted Mother Mary, and now the trailers come out, and I was a little iffy about Mother Mary, but now that the trailers come out, I'm like, holy shit, the way that you feel about Judy / what is now called Digger. Yeah. It's like, oh my God, I drafted a fucking great class. Like, I know, and it's the same with me for Mother Mary. It's like, oh my God, this movie, like it's going to be what I want. And I was a little worried because it was sort of music, like pop music centric. Now I'm not worried. So I think my worries about being set in the world of opera are probably just unjustified completely.
Yep.
Cry to Heaven.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for Remain by M. Night Shyamalan. I think it's,
Is that based on how great Trap was?
It is based off of, this gave me a feeling when I saw Jake Gyllenhaal as his lead, and it being co-written by Nicholas Sparks, that I go, it's not just M. Night Shyamalan writing solo. Sometimes you can get I'm not going to call him a 50-50 director, but he's had some big misses. And he famously writes his material.
So, Mr. B, on record,
yeah.
What's one Nicholas Sparks narrative that you enjoy, that you think is worthy of a Film Dogs draft pick?
You're going to laugh at me no matter what I say.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to laugh at you. I just want to know. I just want you to say it out loud.
Yeah.
I'm not going to laugh at you. I'll leave that for whoever's going to laugh at you. Are you Googling what Nicholas Sparks has wrote?
Oh, well, he's a novelist.
No shit.
Okay. You're talking about movies.
No, I'm talking about anything by Nicholas Sparks that you are aware of.
It's flat out The Notebook.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't direct it or like that sort of thing, but he's getting full credit as writing this with M. Night Shyamalan is what I mean, as opposed to it being an adaptation.
No, I know, dude. I know that. What I'm trying to explore is we've already both given our praise multiple times to the director.
Yeah,
but because you felt the need to name drop Nicholas Sparks, I was interested in what particularly moved you about Nicholas Sparks.
Okay, well, do you want to know what I grew up watching as a conservative Christian kid? A Walk to Remember.
Growing Pains.
No, A Walk to Remember. Do you know that book? That was a movie as well.
Yeah, it's got Mandy Moore.
Yeah, dude, it was a big thing in my era, in a Switch for soundtrack, and so I already knew him way before The Notebook and stuff like that.
Did you kiss your girlfriend in the movie theater?
No, not to this one.
Weak ass bitch.
Well, what do you think about this pick? Did this make your board at all? Because I know we both do kind of like him.
It made an original draft. It made my first draft.
Okay.
It got pushed down the line as I started.
I thought it might be pushed down because, to be honest, I am going on a limb and going, this could be a 50-50. What made me feel comfortable was like what I said. Gyllenhaal is the lead, and it not just being him writing it himself, and going, I like the co-writer, even though they're way different writers.
BTW / exclamation point.
Exclamation point. Exclamation point.
I am a fan of Nicholas Sparks. I'm not shit-talking you at all. I just wanted you to say out loud what you meant, as opposed to just sort of name-checking something that you didn't know anything about. I read the book, A Walk to Remember.
There's a
I loved it.
flag on the play from Lord Marcus. He just wanted to check a reference here. And the reference,
and it was confirmed.
The challenge reference has been cleared. Please proceed with the draft. Lord Marcus, your next pick.
I'm going to go with October by Jeremy Saulnier. It's a fugitive thriller set during Halloween. Plot details are being kept under wraps, but Saulnier described it as being more in the Green Room. He was the director of The Green Room, one of the early A24 releases.
Yeah, okay.
And says it has to do with music and Halloween and fun shit. One of the main reasons that I drafted this was because of the cast, and particularly because of Corey Michael Smith, who we saw together playing Chevy Chase and Saturday Night. I think that, and very recently in Mountainhead, and there's a lot of online divisiveness about his performance and how, I tell you what, him as Chevy Chase, there is nobody else that could have played Chevy Chase except for Corey Michael Smith. And I appreciate the shit out of that. I think I'm willing to take a really big gamble that this is going to be awesome. It's a fugitive thriller set during Halloween. So I'm always down for a good attempt at thriller. Released by A24, so I'm also willing to gamble on A24. So we got an actor that I'm gambling on, a studio that I'm gambling on, and a genre that I'm gambling on.
I kind of want this movie. I can't really confirm if it's coming out this year or not. So I guess I'll just have to say it on air and see what you say, right?
Amen.
And you might hate me for it. Maybe. Ink by Danny Boyle.
That's fine. Yeah, that's totally. Why would I hate you for that?
Do you have any good sources that it's officially coming out 2026?
I do. Yes, I do. It's on two.
I've
two
like,
independent sources.
In some basic looking, it does, and it shows up on research and stuff like that. But yeah,
Guy Pearce. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a.
I was interested in it.
I mean, you more than me have kind of really talked about your love for Danny Boyle, Guy Pearce, Jack O'Connell, Claire Foy. Danny Boyle knows how to write a movie. I thought it'd be a safe kind of like Film Dogs bet. It might not be a hit. It is an interesting, I guess, storyline. What do you know about this film?
The very minimal. Obviously, like with Danny Boyle, I am a huge Danny Boyle fan. Huge. And even so more, like, if we were to compare him to Ridley Scott, like Ridley Scott, for me, he's made absolutely one of the best films of all time. He has a lot of misses. And what I like about Danny Boyle is that he doesn't really have the misses. He has some things that don't fire quite as high, but his bottom is 3.5. His bottom is 3.5, and his top is 5. Yeah. And Ridley, unfortunately, like, his bottom is 0.5. Look at Exodus, Gods and Kings as an example. So, like,
he's known to dip.
Now, Danny Boyle hasn't made one of my favorite films of all time the way that Ridley Scott has, but
fair enough.
No, I think that here's the thing. Because you drafted Steve Jobs, I imagine this is going to be a very similar, even if it's not structurally exactly similar. It's a biopic about somebody that's hugely influential in a certain type of environment.
I can be a sucker for these kinds of movies anyways.
And I'm sure that I will enjoy it. But I don't identify with it. It doesn't resonate deep down in my bones. Like, now that you've drafted it, I know that we will go see it together. Yeah. But with that said, I'm definitely more your brand than me. It's like a Steven Soderbergh kind of.
Yeah, and is it just because of the story at all, or did more turn you off from that to not draft it before me?
No, because I will go with my next pick, but it would just be sort of adjacent. Mm-hmm. The Danny Boyle that I like, Slumdog Millionaire, 28 days later, 28 years later.
Yeah, fair enough.
Those aren't the only. I do enjoy all of his films, but those are the ones that I really love. But my pick's going to be 28 years later, The Bone Temple, for my next pick.
But no, I'm not surprised. This is a Lord Marcus banger.
Yeah. I knew that you would never take it.
I saw the trailer and I'm going, oh, this could be sick, and I think it's because I'm on a Ray Fiennes bend at the moment, and totally. I think that's kind of what sold me on it.
And that's the thing. That I think would be. Here is where this is the genius twist. This one's not directed by Danny Boyle,
correct?
But it's still written by Alex Garland. It's still got the same actors. It still and Nia DaCosta. She's made a really good.
I considered it drafting it due to Ray and due to writing.
Totally. And even without being into that universe, it's like I always just lean that you're not going to take horror.
Yeah.
I've made mistakes. I've leaned that you won't take international films. I've made mistakes. That's okay. It's part of the growing process.
There is already buzz around the movie, and the buzz is good for people that like this.
It's written by movie. The screenplay is still by Alex Garland. So you have to be a horrible director to like not deliver something.
To fuck it up
good.
That bad.
Yeah. So now I knew that you would never take it, and it'd probably be available for free agency eventually. But I want to give a little bit of shout out to it, and I'm trying to live adjust my monologue since you've taken, which should indicate that the monologue has something to do with international non-English language films.
Well, you've already given it away, so I could continue to pivot the podcast.
You could.
And my draft right now so that your monologue has to be thrown in the bin.
Except that it won't be. It'll just be more Lord Marcus positive than neutral. Anyway, Bone Temple for me. And I love the whatever kind of insinuations can be made about the Bone Temple.
The Tone Bentel. I'm doing something crazy, Lord Marcus.
Holy
I think it might be crazy.
It's probably not.
Does this one show up for you?
Nope.
Bucking Faster?
Yeah, Bucking Faster by Werner Herzog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rooney Mara, Domhnall Gleeson,
and
Kate
her sister.
Mara. Yeah. Orlando Bloom. Interesting to have Bloom in the mix here. Jean and Joan Holbrook are two sisters who are so close they speak in unison, love the same man, and have the same dreams. In search of an imaginary land where true love is possible, they start digging through an entire mountain range.
I think it will be very interesting.
I kind of did it as it's a Film Dogs pick. Like it's a Film Dogs pick. Like I feel like it could be a kind of movie like The Lighthouse, where it could be an interesting experience for us.
Outside of Andor, have you ever seen anything by Werner Herzog?
No. He's somebody who is high up on my watch list that I still haven't tackled.
He has also done a remake of Nosferatu before Robert Eggers. Got to tell you.
Yeah, and
I wasn't impressed.
Yeah. Well, I feel like he's quite a polarizing director.
I think he's polarizing only because of his generation and at the time he came out. I think he speaks very well to us because in this modern world of ours, we're used to things maybe not following the most sensible way. And I think he chooses things that are confronting and
that's a good word, confronting.
I think he's a very wonderful director. And he's done some things that I don't enjoy, and he's done some things that I immensely enjoy. Great pick. I don't think I had that on the mock draft for you, but I think that I did think that you would like it better than I would.
Yeah, this is one that I didn't find too much information on it being released this year either, but enough for me to take a swing and be like, well, yeah. Were you going to draft this one? Is it in your 14?
It was in my reserve tank.
Interesting. Did you think we would be away from our top picks already?
I only up until today, I thought we were only doing 10 picks, so we've kind of exhausted those.
But do you kind of like that I gave us an extra 4 because we're
oh my God,
we're both swinging
we're talking about good movies.
Yeah, we're both swinging and zigging and zagging.
The more chances we get at the end of next year, the more chances. Here's the thing: the more chances I have to shit talk you at the end of the year is motivating. The more chances that you have to validate and redeem yourself from drafts past is better for you. It's a win, it's a win-win to add more selections.
Well, with that being said, do you think this year I'm already maybe redeeming myself?
I think that as a conversation, better say. Well, first off, it would be completely subjective, which would be completely unfair.
Yeah,
I would say up until you took Social Reckoning. But here's the thing. No matter what, in every single draft that we have, whether it's anticipation or year draft or whatever, the first 2 picks are always good. The first 2 picks are always good. They are. You make good first 2 picks. Sometimes by the 3rd pick, you start wavering. Sometimes it takes a little while longer. This Social Reckoning pick for me is just a little disturbing. I'm sorry. It's just the way that I feel.
Okay.
It's kind of like taking goddamn Joker 2.
Candy from it. Really?
Yeah. That's the way I feel. Sorry.
Okay.
Only in the sense of where you took it, dude, if you took Joker 2 as your last pick of the anticipation draft, then, dude, because
with 14 picks, with 14 picks, is it going to be okay?
What could you... No, but here's the thing. What could you have? Let's go back to Joker 2 pick. What could you could have gotten Mickey 17 instead of Joker 2. You could have kept challengers. You could have actually, you could have had Civil War. You know, there was just all these other films that you could have had instead of that, and then taken your gamble at the end of the round and gotten maybe a couple of more secure, solid picks. Particularly, so I would say because Civil War was definitely still on the board. Mickey 17 was still definitely on the board at those points. I'm just saying sometimes for things like that, particularly where you think that it might be risky, where I would think it would be risky, and I think Social Reckoning is risky. But it could be, it could be a swing and a home run, and you've got the best movie of the year. Just don't think that's happening. All right, so I took the old Bone Temple. Well, I'm just going to have to roll the dice with my boy. I really thought you were going to take Artificial by Mr. Luca Guadagnino.
Yeah.
Because I know you love ChatGPT.
Yeah, but just so you know, there is a lot of movies that don't show up with 100% 2026 on my research. So I'm happy to chat sources as well.
Couldn't you throw some dice and be like, Luca's putting out a film every daggone year?
Kind of.
Okay. It's listed on World of Real as a 2026 release.
Yeah, fair enough. It's on it's on my list. Yeah, it's on my list.
Artificial, a biographical comedy drama that centers on OpenAI CEO Sam Altman's controversial firing and rehiring in 2023. The film explores the behind-the-scenes drama at the artificial intelligence company during a tumultuous period. Mr. Luca Guadagnino's.
Yep. And cast.
We've talked quite a bit about Luca. And he said, dude, you just need to understand and recognize that no matter what, dude, even if I hadn't drafted After the Hunt, I'm willing now to make a trade that's in my favor to get After the Hunt.
Okay. Because
Luca is my brand. He's not your brand. You should never even consider drafting him.
Why?
Why? Well, tell me why. You tell me why I would say that.
He's good at what he does. So why could somebody not respect a director who's good at what he does?
Do you think that you liked After the Hunt more than I do, or do you think I liked it more than you? Okay. That's example number one. Example number two. Do you think you loved Bones and All more than I did, or do I? Who between us?
You definitely, you liked Bones and All way more.
What about Suspiria?
I really enjoyed Suspiria.
Do you think you liked it more than me?
Where's it fall in your? I'm not going to list of his.
It's high.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm saying, what is your vibe? So you honestly think that this horror movie by Luca Guadagnino, you think that you potentially might like it more than me? Dude.
It's a good draft piece.
Okay.
That's a good draft piece. I'm happy for you.
Now, what about Call Me By Your Name? Do you think you love Call Me By Your Name more than I love Call Me By Your Name?
No.
Dude, because Luca Guadagnino is my brand. It is not your
left him for
brand.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you. But you've already said that the reason that you didn't pick it was because I'm explaining to you why you shouldn't have picked it.
Yeah.
And
you got challengers out of me.
But it's never something you should have even thought about anyway.
For Horizon.
Well, thank you. But here's the thing. We would never have had to made that stupid trade if you would have just stayed on your own goddamn brand.
Mm-hmm.
Which Luca is not. He's just not your brand, dude.
Yeah.
All right. But that's what I'm taking, Artificial. With Andrew Garfield starring as Sam Altman.
Yeah.
Essentially the godfather of ChatGPT. So he could be.
It's a incredible, interesting story.
If you're into that kind of thing, and I am, and you are, and we is.
I'm gonna take Jack of Spades by Joel Cohen.
All right, awesome.
Are you aware of it?
Fuck yeah. So you're taking the follow-up to Drive Away Dolls.
It's got Josh O'Connor.
Drive Away Dolls had Margaret Qualley.
Do you think Josh O'Connor can carry a movie more than Margaret Qualley can?
I think that I think yes that he can, but the problem is that why should that even need to be in question? How bad was Drive Away Dolls?
It was not good.
That's one way of putting it. What you have just framed in a very good way.
I mean, yeah. Should the Coens be making movies when they're not together? That's your question. Just say it.
That's not my question. I'm just saying that one of them is a better director than the other, but they are nowhere near as good alone as they are together. I am saying that, and I'm telling, dude. Okay, right on. Congratulations on your old Jack of Spades.
I've got Joel Coen doing Macbeth as well. Directed by Joel. Yeah. And Joel is doing this one.
So Ethan did Drive Away Dolls.
Oh, then why are you getting upset? Because Joel does the movies that I like.
Oh, because it sounded like Drive Away Dolls scenario. I make mistakes. I'm like Claude. I make mistakes.
You're not Claude. You're more like Chat. Claude's way better.
But by the way, while we're discussing this, I hated the tragedy of Macbeth almost.
I know you didn't like it.
Almost as much as that shitbird Drive Away Dolls. Anyway.
I enjoyed it.
What was the last thing you drafted before Jack of Spades?
That's the movie, Bucking Faster.
Michael Fassbender is what you said. From Hope.
Michael Fassbender?
All right, well, I'm going to go with Wild Horse 9 by Martin McDonough.
Nice! Same sources? I couldn't get IMDb. Doesn't say it's coming out in 2026 on mine. Or on...
Claude says, the IMDb says that it
sorry. Did you not research your research?
I did research my research, and I used an outside source to research my research for me to confirm.
If you Google IMDb, it does not say. I don't know if your Claude's correct.
I don't know if your IMDb is correct. Wild Horse 9, set in Santiago, Chile in 1973, much like The Mastermind, which I will go out on a limb and say Mr. B has shit-talked online. Also set in 1973, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Set in Santiago, Chile in 1973, the film follows CA operatives Chris and Lee, whose trust in one another is tested to its limit on a trip to Easter Island.
Interesting cast.
How interesting is it?
Sam Rockwell, nice. John Malkovich, nice. Steve Buscemi, huh?
Speaking of
Tom Waits,
all of these guys can do some serious great monologues.
Yeah, this was on my list. That's a very strong pick. Very strong pick.
One more peck apiece.
Is this number 13?
It's number 14.
Oh, I mean, as in was I already picked 13.
Yep.
I was trying to write them down here. Interesting. This is me putting all my eggies in one last basket. You've got me frozen in indecision. I should probably just go with the heart, which might be, be a swing. But if you go with your heart, you can't go wrong, right?
Newsflash. Mr. B is checking his Scientology app, which is saying he is due for an audit. Mr. B is currently auditing through his Scientology app. He loves Scientology.
It's a swing. It's a swing, dude. You might hate me for it. Why? Are you going to hate me for it?
Why would I hate you for anything?
You hate me for movies. I'm being honest. You hate me. You're you give Mr. B hate on my picks.
Only when they fuck with my vibe.
Can I do Ghost Rider, JJ Abrams?
Why would I hate you for Jesus Christ? I wouldn't hate you for that. I would disrespect you more. I would hate you for fucking drafting Ghost Rider by JJ Abrams.
Emmy Mackey, Glenn Powell, Jenna Ortega, Samuel L. Jackson. A young newlywed couple struggles to survive against a supernatural entity.
I implore you to take fucking Ghost Rider by JJ Abrams.
I'm taking
After
it.
all, this is his follow-up to one of the worst films of all fucking time. That was the sequel, essentially the sequel to the absolute worst movie of all time, Not the worst, but close. That's fine. Yeah, dude. Load yourself up with some JJ. Ghost Rider, your 14th pick. Nice. Thanks for not stomping on my fucking hallowed ground.
What's your hallowed ground?
Dude, I'm just gonna okay. Here's you can help me decide here.
Yeah.
Via facial expression. I could take the Star Wars movie, The Mandalorian, Grogu.
Yeah.
Or I could go with The Entertainment System is Down by the director of The Triangle of Sadness.
Yeah.
So I could go for a kind of quirky indie pick, or I could go for a massive fucking blockbuster pick. I like The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of said I don't want to draft any more Star Wars. I didn't like Triangle of Sadness so much that it's kind of, I don't really give a fuck one way or the other. But those are kind of my two choices. What do you think's more my brand?
More your brand is there's no way that
are we going to go see Star Wars in the movie theater?
Yeah, I'll go see it.
But if I didn't draft it, would we go see it in the theater?
I don't know if we'd see it together. I would go see it myself because I'll still pay money to go see a Star Wars movie.
I'm going to take the fucking Star Wars movie, dude. Star Wars, Mandalorian, and Grogu.
You sick bastard. You bucking bastard. Talk to me about it more before you go into your monologue with your final pick.
Hey, what can I fucking say about Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu? It's the first Star Wars movie we've had since the second worst Star Wars movie of all time. And that's kind of hard to beat, really, to be in second place.
The only way down is up, right? Is that why you took it? Like I
don't know. I'm just kind of into the. I think it's going to make a lot of money.
It is going to make a lot of money.
I think it'd be a good reason to go out to the movies. I think it'd be good. Dude, I do not think that it is possible for it to be as bad as the JJ Abrams movie. I just don't. Or the Rian Johnson movie. Rian Johnson to stick to his fucking obviously good way to do murder mysteries and leave Star Wars alone. That's why, like, just because you're a good director doesn't mean you're a good Star Wars director.
Yeah, fair, exactly. Yeah.
And just because you're a good director doesn't mean you can handle other people's property, like George Lucas. Like, come on. Like, I still prefer George Lucas's prequels to because they're George Lucas's. He understands his own fucking storyline. I think Jon Favreau does as well.
Yeah.
So I was interested in the Entertainment System is Down. Okay. You promised me 5 minutes. And you've trusted me.
I have.
And you've said on record that you trust my taste.
Yeah.
Now, part of my monologue has been a little bit briefly interrupted by the pick of hope. And that's okay. It was part of this what I was going to offer as the film dog stocking stuffers.
Oh, okay.
Because but here's the thing, a little bit of self-serving intentions here. But the thing is, like, what inspires me about cinema currently is non-English language films. And I really, like, when I go back and start thinking about how that has come to be and how it has increased my appreciation for all genres of movie, it has made me understand that one of the powerful things that moves me when I'm watching films is that basically my choice of what my brand of films is increased by the number of countries there are in the world. So I don't have to depend on Hollywood.
Fair enough.
I can get a good Russian flick from 1973 to fill my vibe. I can get a French film from 1990 to fill my vibe. I don't have, so everybody that wants to cry that the sky is falling because of this bullshit fucking Netflix Warner Brothers deal, this is one person that could not give one single flying fuck about Netflix and Warner Brothers. I joined Richard Linklater in saying that I don't think this is the clanging chimes of doom. I just don't. And either way, there's not a goddamn thing that all of your whining and whinging is going to do to stop it. It's going to happen. Believe me, as a person.
Believe you me.
That did not vote a certain way in the most current United States election, you have to move on and get past it. Netflix is going to acquire Warner Brothers. It's not the worst thing that could ever fucking happen in the entire universe. There's going to be good movies. These international movies are what proves this point. Mr. B, do you think that filmmakers from Poland give a shit about Netflix or Warner Brothers? Do you?
No.
Honestly, do you think that
they want to get their shit on Netflix?
Exactly. They want to be on Netflix. People want to be on independent films that are making independent filmmakers that are struggling. They're getting budget. They're getting the budgets to make things.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, in 20 years, in 100 years, in 500 years, who's to say that what? And by the way, Netflix has put out Train Dreams, which is awesome as shit. And if Train Dreams won Best Picture of the Year, I would celebrate the shit out of it. Mm-hmm. I'd be sorry for PTA. I'd be upset if Frankenstein won Best Picture of the Year. But it's being nominated. No matter how I feel about Frankenstein, it is being nominated. This is a Netflix production. Everybody wants to have all of the things handed to them about I'm just sick of it. The international non-English language community, I think, is where true cinephiles can find it's not even abstract. These just expressions of joy, everything that you want. So let's say you love sci-fi. You start exploring non-English language films.
Mm-hmm.
You quadruple the amount of good films that you have the opportunity to see. And like you said earlier, is that no other choice opened you up to this broad palette and this experience. It was such a great experience. Dude, going to see No Other Choice was one of my favorite nights out that we've done. And I think that people should open up at Parasite. It doesn't Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. There are so many great foreign language films.
Hey, Mr. B here. Were you interested in hearing Lord Marcus's thoughts in monologue on foreign international films of 2026? I thought so. Well, it ended up being so long of a Lord Marcus rant, like you would expect, that we decided to turn it into, let's call it a bonus episode, or a part B. So if you want to hear the Film Dogs talk about their most anticipated foreign films of 2026, stay tuned. But in the meantime, thanks for listening to the Film Dogs. You can follow along on our film journeys on our social media pages. Our Instagram is The Film Dogs. You could also find us on Facebook as Film Dogs. And we're both on our Letterboxd. It's a great app for discovering movies, logging what you love and watched, giving reviews. But you can find us as ourselves, Mr. B and Lord Marcus. But we'd love to hear, what are your most anticipated films of 2026? So leave a comment and let us know what you think. In the meantime, remember, life is too short for bad cinema. Today's episode was co-produced by Lord Marcus and Mr. B, and the episode was mixed, edited, and mastered by Blurry Audio. Thanks for listening.